This is Adrian with ProjectRamos.com, and today we're going to be reviewing the Apple AirPods. This isn't an official unboxing of the product, but I'll show you what's inside. Now, right away, the thing about Apple is that they always package all of their product in a real simple fashion. Right away, you get the simple instructions on the AirPods. The AirPod case is wrapped around with this piece of plastic here, and also underneath the tray there, you get the lightning cable to charge the AirPods and the wall charger. Well, I'm sorry, you don't get the wall charger. It only comes with the cable itself. So you will have to use your either your phone's wall charger or plug this into your computer. Now here's the case. Inside the case are the AirPods. Okay. Now the case does two things. Number one, it charges the AirPods. So in effect, it's also a battery, and it also has a button back here where if you hold this button down, it'll put the AirPods in pairing mode. So if you're going to be pairing these AirPods to something other than an Apple product, let's say an Android phone or some other type of device that's not an Apple device, that's the way you would do it. You would just flip over the case, hold that down until it goes into pairing mode, and then you'll be able to see AirPods as a choice in whatever other device you're going to pair it in. So when it comes to charging the case, all you got to do is just plug in the lightning cable, plug this in to either your laptop or any USB power source, or if you have your wall charger from your phone, just plug that in, plug it into the wall, and that'll charge up the case. The AirPods themselves, they just slide in very easily, just like that. Now, it took me a while to get these. These are very hard to come by. They're not on the shelf. I had gone into the AT&T store and Apple store several times, many times, and every single time they didn't have stock. So I ended up just ordering them online and just waited a few weeks for them, and they finally came in, and I was able to test them out. I've had them now for maybe about 2 months, and I have to say I love them. I'm a big fan of anything wireless. Now, when it comes to Bluetooth devices, especially earphones, the sound quality over Bluetooth is not the best, typically, and you can't expect a whole lot from Bluetooth headsets. However, these Apple AirPods put out very good quality. I've been very impressed with these. Part of it is that it has a chip that drives the sound on these AirPods. I believe it's the WR1 chip, and that's what facilitates the sound quality on these things. Now, I'm able to hear details in music that normally you would only hear with the wired headset, and not just any wired headset, but a really high quality wired headset. I'm able to hear little details, and which is very impressive for something that's wireless. Now, the other thing about it, these AirPods, is they also have sensors built into them so that it knows when you pull one of these out of your ear. So what it's able to do is a few things. Number one, if you're listening to music or whatever it is you're listening to, and instead of reaching for your phone or whatever device you're listening to hit the pause button, all you have to do is just simply pull one of these out of your ear and it'll stop. Okay. The second thing that these sensors do is it can also detect, well, obviously, if you have one in your ear or two in your ear. Okay. And the way that is an advantage is for phone calls. So if you want to take a phone call and only use one of these, you put one of these in, it knows which one's in your ear because of the sensor, and it's able to route the audio to whichever earbud you put into your ear. And because it knows that you only have one in your ear, what it'll do is it'll feed the audio in mono. And that is also true for music. So if you're going to be listening to music out of only one earbud, then it's going to route the audio in mono, which sounds a lot better than hearing it in stereo but only listening to out of one of the earbuds there. So overall, I've been extremely impressed by these earbuds. I was a little bit hesitant because of the cost of these. At I believe it's about $175. I wasn't sure, if I was going to be happy, being that they're Bluetooth. But I've been very happy with these. These are by far my favorite earphones to use when it comes to everything. Whether it's using it as a hands-free device for phone calls, listening to music, podcast, they've been great on everything I've been able to, or that I've normally listened to through my phone. Now, as far as when you're using these headsets with Apple devices, here's the other thing. When I first opened these up, I had my phone next to me, and as soon as I opened the case, immediately it showed up on my phone. There was an icon that came up and said, do you want to pair these AirPods with this phone? All I had to do is say yes, and that was it. That was it for the whole pairing process, and I didn't have to do it again. Once it was paired, it was done. And what was nice about it is I think it has something to do with your iCloud account. I also have an iPad, and all I had to do was, for me to use these earphones with my iPad, I just had to go into my iPad and just say, pick the AirPods, and immediately it would just connect to them. So it would disconnect my phone from the AirPods and route the audio to the, or route the connection over to my iPad. So within the Apple ecosystem, once you pair it and whatever devices you have your iCloud account signed into, it is extremely easy to transfer between either your laptop, your iPad, your iPhone, and also the iWatch. Being able to connect it to either one of those devices is very seamless, very easy to do. And once you're done using it on the iPad, if you want to go back to your iPhone, all you got to do is just go into your Bluetooth settings and then pick the AirPods again, and now it'll route over to the iPhone. The other thing I wasn't too sure about was how secure these were going to feel in my ear. And I got to tell you, I never once felt like they were going to fall out. Now, I did have one of these fall out of my ear, and it was only simply because I had an itch, right by my ear, and I went to go scratch, and I accidentally, tapped it, tapped the little stem, and it came flying out. It hit the concrete, and my heart, fell. I said, oh, for sure it's going to be scratched up. This is the one that fell, and there's no scratches on it. I looked this thing over and over and over. I guess I just got lucky, but it hit the concrete pretty hard, straight from, it was a free fall right on the concrete, bounced a few times. I thought for sure it was going to be scratched, but I looked this thing over and there's no scratches on it. So I either got lucky or these things are very durable. So for $175, and even if you have to wait a week or two to be able to get these in, these are definitely worth it. I would highly recommend these, especially if you're an Apple user. If you have an iPhone, iPad, any of the Apple products, this is a great headset to have along with the rest of your Apple products. And if you don't, which I also have other products that are non-Apple but have Bluetooth connectivity that I was able to sync it to. The syncing process for that is very easy, and they work very well with non-Apple devices. So it's easy to pair them up. Like I said, it's just that button back there, and that's it. They'll show up in your other devices as AirPods, and you just pick that. That's it. Once they're synced up, and audio quality is great no matter what device you're using. I highly recommend these, especially if you have the new iWatch, the Series 3 with LTE. Now that you don't need to carry the phone with you, you can basically go out for a workout, whether it's running or going to the gym. All you got to do is just pair these guys up to your iWatch, load your iWatch up with some music, and as of this review, I don't believe the update is out yet, but pretty soon you're going to be able to stream your Apple Music subscription on your LTE watch. So basically, you have the entire iTunes music library at your disposal. Pair these guys up to the watch. You don't have to take your phone with you, and just go on your workout. And you know, I can't think of a more portable solution than that. So that's my review of the Apple AirPods. It's a definite buy, and I highly recommend it. Before I forget, if you're new here, on this channel we do tech reviews and gear reviews, so consider subscribing. And also, if you found this video useful, go ahead and hit that like button. See you guys on the next one.